If you've been wondering what's been going on in the Hamilton real estate market, you are at the right place. My name is Mike McCarthy. I'm a realtor with Remax, Escarpment Realty in Hamilton. This is called the Monthly Market Minute. It's a report on Hamilton real estate residential market, and this is the July 2022 edition. So if you've seen it before, you've noticed that we always start off with the median sale price. And as you can see from the chart here, we are on a continued downward trajectory for most of 2022. We ended July at 730,000, which from the peak in February of 956,000 is a loss of 23.6% value. If you've seen this report before, you'll recognize that despite this downward trajectory, I've usually mentioned in all the prior months that on a year-over-year basis there was some consolation in the fact that values were still up by a healthy number. But I can't say that anymore because compared to last July, we're only up 2.1% from 715,000. So all those great year-over-year gains, they're gone. They'll come back at some point in the future, but not this month. And what's really interesting is, so the last 5 months we've seen the value, drop each month. And what's really interesting though is that July was the worst on a percentage basis, down 6.4% from the end of June. So it's not like this downward trajectory is slowing down at all. So we'll see what happens when the August numbers come in. All right, so days on market. The typical sale in Hamilton took 17 days, which was twice as much as last year, more than twice as much, and definitely about double of what we've seen for most of the past year plus. But 17 days it's actually not a high number for July. It's actually a little lower than normal, so nothing to be too freaked out about. The number of months of inventory, though, is up to 3.2, which is 4 times higher than where it was last year at 0.8 months of inventory, and we got even lower down to 0.3 in December, where there was almost nothing left. But that number, 3.2 months, is the highest we've seen in July for the last 10 years. It's actually the highest number, period, for a month, tied with a few other months back in September and December of 2018. September of 2017 and January of 2014. So turning the tables indeed from record lows to not all-time record highs, but certainly recent history high numbers. Okay, what's next? Number of sales. We saw only 467 sales in July. So the buyers weren't here. They must have been on vacation. Because the people were not purchasing properties in July. That number is down more than 300 units from last July, and the number is it's the slowest number in the last 10 years by at least 200 units sold in the month of July. So July is very typically a slow month, but this one really slow. In terms of new listings on the market, though, it was pretty typical. The number of 1,030, like I said, is a very typical number for July, very much around the normal number. But the sales to new listings ratio was at 45.3%. So that is the third month in a row that we've seen that number below 50%. So an interesting marker. We'll see where that one goes. And this all ends up with an inventory level that's actually down a little bit from the end of June. But we've got more than 2.3 times as much inventory as this time July. So, but the result is it's that number, 1,473 units that we had on the market at the end of July. Again, very typical number for the month of July. So as we move into August, obviously all of these numbers are dependent on each other, but the one thing that I will be looking out for particularly is, of course, is the median sale price. Which direction is it going? And if it is still going down, is it going down at that rate that we've seen the last few months, and especially that we saw from June to July? So when the numbers come in, we'll be back with our next monthly market minute. But for now, thank you for watching this one. And I hope that it was worth your time. You found something interesting. And if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up on social media, wherever you see it. If you have any questions or you want more in-depth analysis on anything or just even the numbers, feel free to reach out and I'll definitely get back to you. I'll be more than happy to do so. All right. Again, thanks a lot for your time. Appreciate it and look forward to seeing you next month.